Volume okay today?
Very good, Naveed. Very good. Good to check.
All right. So I'm pretty sure all of you have noticed me handing out pictures of my cats. I will get into like the personal story later. So today I'm gonna be talking about why you should adopt a cat. And so I'd like to begin by asking you a question. So who here currently owns a cat? All right. So who here has adopted a cat? Right, all right. Okay. So what if I told you, maybe Daniela, you'll agree with me on this, like Canadian animal shelters are working at high capacities, as people admit pets into shelters more often than pets are adopted. For example, on July 13th, 2022, the Winnipeg Humane Society said it's currently operating at 85% capacity. And also it was reported by Global News that there's a 60% increase in the number of animals coming into shelters in those past 6 months compared to the same period in 2021. Now today I'm going to show you or tell you why owning a cat is not only beneficial to your health, and also adopting a cat is the best way to find one. Then hopefully I can also encourage you to look for a cat that is up for adoption and seriously consider taking one home. So there are many cats, as Sarah mentioned earlier, at adoption clinics and shelters waiting for adoption, and many people out there who do not realize the benefits of owning a cat, who may otherwise realize that adopting a cat is a good choice for them. Now, believe it or not, studies have actually shown, I'm not lying, but there's a 40% lower risk of dying from a heart attack than people without feline companions. Now, in other words, people who have cats are less stressed. So, and also, if you guys have partners and cats at the same time, I'm pretty sure you'll agree with me on this, is people actually sleep better with a cat than they do with their partners. Now, studies conducted in the UK showed that people enjoyed higher quality nights of sleep with feline companions versus their human partners. So if you like to sleep, get a cat. Now, Sarah, thank you for sharing the audio. It makes my life easier. I'm just going to expand on what you mentioned earlier. So I'm just going to read this off because there are numbers and I hate numbers. So cat purrs fall within the frequency of 25 and 150 hertz, which is typically linked to improved bone density and healing. In fact, the 18 to 35 hertz range specifically promotes the healing of tendons. These healing benefits apply not just to the cat's purring, but also to any other animals, including humans, close to them while they purr. So, I'm pretty sure you've seen the pictures of my cats, and I'm also sure one of the cats did strike your attention, and it's the one with the dress. I did not do that. My friend forced me to make her wear one. So I know I sound like a hypocrite right now, but I got her off Kijiji. I bought her for $100. Now, before you judge me, in my defense, when I first came across her, I did see that she was very skinny on the website. And then when I actually met the previous owner, I did not like them at all because, first of all, no offense, the cat's name was Joyce. And I'm like, no, that's not happening. I'm gonna buy this cat and I'm gonna change her name to Mira. So her name is Mira. So eventually I find out that she was basically used to give birth to a litter so that they can sell the kittens for like $500 or $600. And once they were done with it, they were like, okay, like we don't need that anymore, or we don't need her anymore. So that was my reason for adopting Mira or buying Mira. And it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. So, yep. adopting a cat is preferable to buying a cat, and I stand by that statement, because sometimes cats up for sale by private owners eventually end up in shelters anyways. The problem is usually escalated by those private sellers who give away cats, or they sell the cats for a cheap price. And what happens is that the new owners, they don't really know what to do. They find themselves in a mess, and they're like, okay, I cannot ever financially recover from this. And they end up giving those cats away, hence the increase in the number of cats in adoption centers. And also, if you've noticed during COVID, more people were adopting cats, and then post-COVID, people started getting rid of cats. So, yeah, I don't like that at all. It really triggers me. So, you might be surprised to know this, but many cats in shelters are not there by their own fault. They would adapt well to the average person's home and lifestyle if given the chance. And I'm gonna quote this. So one Ontario rescue person said, "A large portion of calls to rescues come from people living in rural areas where people from the city tend to dump their cats, thinking it can survive in the wild solely off of its instinct." So here's what I want you to do. If you're ever interested in getting a cat, I want you to look into your local shelters, analyze your financial situation, your lifestyle, and also your future plans, because that is extremely important. You might, follow your impulse and be like, I want a cat right now. And then eventually in the future, you're like, okay, I have to move out and I can't find a place to stay because my landlord won't allow me a cat. So I'm just gonna give my cat away to my friend, So owning my cats has shown me firsthand the many benefits. Otherwise, I would not have known the joy of being surrounded by them. I always thought like I would have to be the only one taking care of them, but turns out my cats helped me take care of myself, because when I got Mira, I never needed my alarm again. She'd wake me up. She, not because of food, she just brings a leaf from one of my plants, and then okay, I wanted to get up and start licking my nose. So, yep, that's all for me today.
Thank you very much.